I'm like, I'm like so annoyed right now. I'm like this can't be happening. It's like, why? I just can't believe. I can't believe I saw this with my own eyes. It's not even funny. It's like, gosh, I am a child raised off TV. I grew up watching TV, playing video games. That was my sort of stay out of trouble kind of thing. I didn't have friends. I still don't have friends. It does get lonely. And with that, I've always been open about my loneliness. And with that, like I said, I would write, I would play video games, I would watch TV, whether it was a coping mechanism or to stay out of trouble. That's what I watch. Whenever I had a question, I would look for the answers and wherever I can get my hands on, whether it was books or writing, anything. That's what I would do. So since I am a child raised off television, I have seen a lot of TV networks evolve. Like TLC, the Learning Channel. That used to be, you learned about people living with different kinds of illnesses. And you see their journey of how they cope with it, how they live with it, how they manage it. It used to have really good shows. It used to give, Cake Boss before it went all crazy, because you got to learn. Everything was learning. Now everything's scripted drama. It's no longer the same. And there's a TV show called Up, or FYI or something like that. F4, I don't know. And those old shows that I used to watch on TLC are now there. So TLC even at one point had a completely scripted show, like the CW, those kind of shows. And after 2 seasons, it was yanked off. I grew up watching the Food Network channel, home of Iron Chef America, Ace of Cakes. There was a lot of good shows. It even had a show called Food Network Challenge, where you got to meet Duff Goldman, who was the man behind Ace of Cakes. This past weekend, it's like, why? Why? Even as I'm thinking about it, why? So I was watching TV, and I clicked on Guide to see what was being given. What were they showing? On the Food Network channel, it said Wonka. So at first I'm thinking, oh, a Willy Wonka themed competition. Because you have the Wizarding World competition, you have the Halloween Wars, you have all the Cupcake Wars, you have all those competitions. Okay. So I click on it. There's a commercial. The commercial runs its course. They were giving the actual movie of Wonka. The new one, the prequel of how Willy Wonka became the famous chocolatier that we see in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I grew up knowing him as knowing the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But it's actually called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was based off a book with the author who's well known for his story of Matilda. Which is, there's a whole bunch of Ronald Dole, I believe that's his name. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sorry, folks. So again, they're giving this movie on the Food Network channel. The Food Network channel is a channel that shows cooking, so like Paula Deen, Rachel Ray, The Kitchen, from knowing as a pioneer woman, so knowing how to cook certain stuff, to seeing food competitions drive-in dives and drive-ins. with Guy Fieri, I believe that was his name. They were given an actual movie. The Food Network doesn't give actual movies. Now, before anyone asks, are you sure it was the Food Network channel? You sure it wasn't a different channel you may have clicked on by accident? No. It was an actual food. It was actually the Food Network channel. I had to do a double check just to make sure. Yes, it was. And I don't like it. Because why are you putting movies on Food Network channels like that? It's not the Hallmark channel. It's not Lifetime, which is known for their movies, their TV-made movies, or the Lifetime Movie Network, which they give like all Lifetime movies. So no, if they would have put it on either like the Hallmark channel, because I remember the Hallmark channel they gave Love Actually. If they would have given on that, okay, I would have been okay. No. Leave it alone. Food Network, what are you doing? Why, Food Network? Why? Well, no. I was like, why? I made sure it wasn't TNT because they give movies like that. Yeah, it was the actual Food Network channel. That's not okay. If they would give Ratatouille, okay, maybe, because Ratatouille is about food and about how a rat named Remy wants to be a chef. Doesn't want to be defined as some rodent thing that people think are nasty and gross and not okay. You know, there is that. So yeah. Or they could have given, I don't know, anything else that was appropriate. Wonka? No. That was not appropriate. I never saw it because it never interested me, so no. So why, Food Network? Why? Yeah, I don't know why. What do you guys think? Is this like now to a point where I guess just to keep the networks alive, they're just gonna put on random movies? Because it doesn't make sense. On the Food Network, the Food Network doesn't give movies. I grew up watching this network. And at no point did it ever give movies. I'm sorry, that's not okay. No, that's not okay. So I don't know what they were trying to do. Maybe they were trying to fill up whatever they were trying, like fill up whatever space. I don't know. I don't know. What do you call it? The time slots? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. What do you guys think? Because it's hard to believe like Wonka was on the Food Network channel. Like I know what I saw. And I know it. So I know for a fact I'm not losing my mind. But a movie Wonka on the Food Network channel? Let me get your input on this because clearly this is not okay. Let me know.